Hey, this is Jesse and Eric coming at you live, but not really live, from the kitchen, and Antaya is back there
Hi.
as well.
So we just shot a very saucy episode. You should be warned.
Saucy.
You should be warned that there is explicit language, description of sexual acts, drug use, and probably lots of things that are illegal.
Many things. This is a work of fiction, once again. We're acting here. Any illegal things that we're talking about, it's all acting.
Yes.
We're method actors.
Please don't pull this down.
No.
Facebook and YouTube.
Please.
Thank you very much. Enjoy the show.
So, as you pour yourself a Dr. Pepper diet, I've never had Dr. Pepper diet, and the aspartame makes it taste entirely different.
I'm sorry.
It's not. No, I don't even care that much. It's just an entirely different drink. Like, it tastes nothing like the regular
No,
Dr. Pepper.
not even kind of. I can't do diet.
Coca-Cola is closer, like the Diet Coke, but it's still something
Honestly,
off.
I'm not a pop person in general. I'm a little bit picky with it, but if I'm going to be doing pop, it's going to be like the original. I can't do the aspartame. It's just the aftertaste and...
Actually, I have recently switched to mostly non-diet. I realize I bought
it's
diet.
actually better for you to not do diet.
But I'm happy to admit that there has been no negative health.
No.
Like,
well,
I
it's
haven't-
going to be in the future. It's not going to be
Yes.
like today. Like I drank it and I, had a stroke.
No, I'm saying the regular pop. There
Yes.
has been no. I haven't gained weight.
They
I
say
know-
that the diet drinks are linked just as much with obesity and other things like that, and diabetes just as much as the.
I keep saying I'm gonna stop, and then I buy a bottle of pop.
You're an addict.
Yeah,
It's a very different kind of addiction.
but I can go. It's just
You could be addicted to anything. You could be addicted to like cheese. You could be addicted
I do
to
like
painting. You could be addicted to anything mentally.
One thing that's often characterized as like a blessing or something not serious is a sex addiction. I thought that was funny. Russell Brand is the one picture of that I can always think of. 'Cause he was,
Russell Brand is also a friggin' disaster.
oh yeah. He's an interesting guy nonetheless.
He is.
I don't,
He is extremely interesting.
I don't agree with him on a lot of things he says,
No.
but he's an
A sex
entertainer.
addiction in no way is healthy. You're not going to be able to have a healthy relationship.
Oh,
That's
no.
the biggest thing with a sex addiction is you cannot have a healthy relationship if you are a, I guess you'd call it using addict. You cannot
using
have
the pussy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You cannot have a healthy relationship if you're a sex addict because it's never going to be enough. It's never going to be enough. It's never going to be good enough. It's never going to be satisfactory because, again, you're always chasing the dragon and chasing that high, which is that, I don't know, amazing orgasm that you once had.
Which is kind of the picture of his life because he was addicted to so many different drugs and just
Yeah.
he's the kind of person that does everything to the
Yes.
extreme. And now it's all about his like spiritual self and like all this other stuff.
Oh, it's a sham.
It's funny.
I found God. I'm a born-again Christian.
Yeah. Jesus Christ, Jesse. It's making me sweat. Just your microphone constantly.
I haven't found my
Ideal. Yeah.
haven't found my ideal spot. I'm
You don't
taller than normal.
Block your pretty face with it.
I should.
You have nice eyes. They're very blue.
Thank you.
Are
That's,
they're kind of green. Well, no, they're light blue. Very light blue.
My eyes are green.
I have been told by that's the only defining feature that women for the most part have complimented
You have
me
nice
on
hair.
my entire life.
There's like a wave to it.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
It's not just
You can
flat.
see it from on top.
straight. Yeah.
That should. It's not
It's
existing.
it's a no. I think you have nice hair.
Well, thank you.
Welcome. And you have nice natural eyebrows too, unless you pluck them.
No.
Then fuck you.
They're extremely thin. Holy crap.
Fuck you for your eyebrows. Seriously, women would kill to have eyebrows.
Here's the
like
thing
that.
I don't understand. Some people who shave their eyebrows, they never come back.
Right.
Why is it if you pluck your eyebrows, it always seems to just
You
come
shave
back?
your eyebrows, they never come back.
I've heard this. I've heard that there are women out there
Where did you hear
shave
this?
their eyebrows. I've heard it from a
I
couple.
sometimes have to go in the middle. I mean,
Everybody does,
I'm
I think.
blonde,
I do
so I
too.
can get away
I do
with
too.
it.
I will have a unibrow at some point. It's light blonde, but there's a unibrow.
I've seen YouTube videos addressing this concern, but mostly I've heard it from people that grew up in like the 80s and
Right.
90s when these people would do that and then paint them on or whatever. And then
They do it now more than
I know
ever.
people do it now still, but then I wonder, how could that even be true?
I think it's a personal thing. Like if someone has issues with hair growth, like unless you have alopecia, I don't know why they wouldn't grow. Like they may grow. Now there is the myth that if you shave your hair, it grows back dark and grows back thicker. That's not actually
I don't
true.
think that's true.
But there are a lot of people that do. So even my mom will still be like, don't, because I shave parts of my eyebrows and then the rest of my pluck. And she's like, oh God, don't shave them. They're going to grow in dark and thick. And it's like, no, they're not. That's not true. No. It's like kids. Dads always teach them to start shaving young even when they don't have hair to promote hair growth. No, it doesn't. So that's a load of crap.
Oh yeah.
Unless they have alopecia. Seriously, unless they have alopecia or something like that.
And for like the facial hair, people say, oh yeah, like after the first couple times I shaved, my facial hair got thicker. Yeah, it's called testosterone. Yeah. You're growing real hair.
It's a placebo. It's a placebo effect. And honestly, their body could actually, if they believe that, the body's so incredible that it is possible the body could grow thicker hair just because it was a placebo. But
I don't really know how far that goes.
For the past 10 years, I have been thinking about growing a thicker hair. And trust me, it has not worked.
I'm just saying.
It has worked opposite. Is my body
I'm just saying.
fighting against me?
Yeah. I'm just saying that there is such a thing as a placebo effect for certain things.
Of course.
And everybody's different and, everything differentiates. It's just, it is possible, but that's the only way, really. If you shave your hair off, it's going to grow back, but it's not going to
Chemotherapy.
Or chemo.
Yeah, well then it'll slowly fall out, and that's an unfortunate thing. But...
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, I have a friend that has alopecia, and it's like, he usually shaves his head because he has this beautiful hair in certain spots, and then it's just like these big chunks of hair just don't grow. Like he doesn't have eyebrows. He has one part in his eyebrow that grows, like this tiny little itty bitty spot here on one side, and the other side's on the end, and that's it. So he draws his eyebrows on it, but he's actually really good at it. And he's not gay or anything. Like it doesn't even look like he's drawing his eyebrows on.
Sounds like he's forced into the situation of drawing them on. It's not a
so he doesn't want
choice of his personality.
Not saying that all men that wear makeup are gay. It's not true. I know a lot of
I'm sure
I know a lot of makeup artists that wear makeup that are not gay, but it's just he happens to have to do that.
He's falling into a social conformity that makes people think
they need eyebrows.
Well, I mean, when's the last time you saw somebody without an eyebrow?
Never really.
I do often because a lot of women that I know do it, but I just go with my natural brows. I don't put anything in my eyebrows. I don't do like.
If you walk around with no eyebrows, people are gonna think you're weird.
Yeah.
They'll take the next elevator.
They serve some kind of evolutionary purpose, I'm sure.
Like what?
I don't know. Eyelashes
Maybe
are supposed to keep
I'm assuming it's
debris
protecting
out
your eyes as well as the eyelashes. That's
Yeah.
what I'm assuming eyebrows are for, or to also protect your.
It's not as clear as eyelashes, because eyelashes clearly keep debris out of your eyeballs.
Men always have the nicest eyelashes.
Actually, I was looking in the mirror.
Look at his eyelashes.
People have said that to me way
Women,
nice
I would
too
rip
often.
off his eyelashes and glue them on mine if I legally could.
Consent is a thing, I guess. If you,
I literally, my eyebrows with mascara on right now are nowhere near as long as yours.
No.
Not
They're pretty
even
thick,
close.
though.
Because mascara.
Nice.
I've been told that many times.
It's
and I
because
don't know
of
what to do
mascara,
about it.
and this is a crap load of mascara.
I was looking at myself in the mirror the other day, and I noticed that I had reasonably long eyelashes. And like, have they always been this long? Because they just fall out, right? They
You have
don't.
interesting eyelids. It's like you have a third eyelid.
Thank you.
Is that like a double chin, but for eyelids?
No, you know in Asia they'll get surgery to get double eyelids because they.
A third eyelid?
Where it like creases at the top?
Yeah, so see our creases that we have here?
Yeah.
Most people in Asia, like Chinese, Japanese, don't have that. They have like just like a, how do I explain it? It's just flat. There's no, it's just one here to here,
This
nothing.
is something
There's no
cultural.
crease.
I guess I don't look at makeup stuff, but I had no idea that this is a cultural difference.
They get a surgery in order to get the double eyelid. It's actually very common.
That is such a specific, nitpicky thing to get into.
He's looking at. It's just like this little spot up here that you have like another crease.
Maybe I'm just getting fat.
I don't know. Yeah.
But yeah, they get this surgery. So I don't know what it does. I think it just like bunches up the skin and it's permanently there. But yeah, they pay like thousands of dollars to get this double eyelid that we have because it's considered
Western
a beauty
look.
standard.
I don't care enough about my
I didn't
looks to
even notice
consider-
my eyelids.
Yeah, I wouldn't consider a surgery for literally anything that's available. Nothing.
I would get my nose done.
What would you change about your nose?
I hate my nose.
What would you do with it? They'll make it like
Smaller.
Thinner, yeah.
It's thick.
Like entirely smaller, just thinner. Like
I don't think it's really thick. I
No,
think
I-
I just want it like here. And I would like to get my lips done just a little bit.
so nose and lips.
I want my lips to look like they look like with my lipstick on.
So is that like a Botox treatment that would do that, or just
Like my lips aren't this big. I drew them.
Of course.
Right? Just slightly, not big. Like not. I wouldn't want anything drastic. Like just a little bit. Like it would just make it so it would make them look like they look like right now. That's it. I don't have super thin. Like my mom has like bird lips, like no lips at all, and she always has. But yeah, I would get that. I'd get this. Honestly, I have issues. My insecurities come with my face. I don't like my face, like as a whole thing. Not a fan. My body, I'm quite confident with. Like because that's what I get compliments on the most.
It seems like there's more surgeries aimed at the face, anyways. For the most part,
That's true.
A lot of people tend to go for that kind of stuff, like the nose jobs and
Like I don't think I'd ever do it, but if I was, I'd get the nose and my lips. But I just don't like my face shape. I don't like my forehead. I would love if there was a surgery where I could get my hairline to start like a normal person's hairline, so I don't have to wear bangs.
Me too. No. I'm okay.
I've had people telling me I have a receding hairline since I was like 13 years old. But
Yeah,
it's
me
been
too.
this way since then. So I don't know.
It's
Yeah.
called a widow's peak.
It is.
You have
Yeah.
a widow's peak, except my peak just continues to
Yeah, you look like Dracula.
peak more.
I thought it was funny. I've been watching this whole back and forth where, Machine Gun Kelly was made a rap song back at Eminem because Eminem dissed him in one of the tracks or something on the new album.
That is
Eminem
true.
will always
And
win.
then the focus that Eminem could go on is that Machine Gun Kelly apparently had like a hair transplant because he had like a widow's peak
Yes.
in one of his prison photos, but then he had like a nice straight hairline after.
He probably did, yeah.
And it was funny because he's a person that claims not to be about any of the superficiality of the look.
He got it done. He had to have.
Yeah,
There's
yeah, it
no
looks
way
like
his
it.
hair could have naturally
No.
just like my hairline. I don't know. I either have a big forehead or have a far back hairline. Whichever one it is, I don't like it.
I
So
have
I
both.
always wear bangs.
Big
I
forehead.
I
You have to get like a forehead reduction surgery.
But I know it's gonna sound stupid, but
Shave
at
down
least
the
you guys
skull.
are male. I know it sounds dumb, but it's not uncommon for men to have receding hairlines. For women,
no, it's
it's
very common. Yeah, female.
and I don't have a
pattern-
receding hairline. I've just always had this either big ass forehead or far back hairline, whatever the doctors want to call it. So I always wear bangs.
That's how I used to. I used to have
I'd love to be able to
curly
wear like a
bangs.
ponytail back like people do. It's just no, I don't. I also kind of look like a man sometimes.
So you kind of look like a man.
I have masculine features in my face. I've had
Do you
many
walk
times.
around with just your face most of the time?
I don't think people would come to that conclusion.
I have had many people ask me if I was a transvestite, transsexual person.
I think in the line of work that you were in, it
I wasn't
probably
talking about the
wouldn't
line of
be.
work I was asking. I'm saying people.
Just in general, public,
In
everyday
general.
life.
Yes.
Really?
I don't know why.
How does that conversation come up?
It doesn't. It's just usually rude comments, like
Oh.
asking if I'm a tranny. And the thing is, I have transsexual friends.
Yeah.
And it's very offensive to me the way they address me with it, but I'm not. It's just I don't know what it is about my face, but it's masculine. But then I have these big tits and it's like God went, if there's a God, was like, okay, you're gonna have a kind of masculine face, but we're just gonna like go crazy on your body and give you like this big ass, big legs, tiny stomach, big tits, but your face,
I do want to address something from the last podcast. This is a better seating because the last podcast, when I was looking over at you talking, one of the viewers, Tila, said that it looked like it was just an hour and a half of me staring at your boobs, which I
Are you
wasn't.
sure it wasn't?
I was listening to you. So now I'm just being
Well, now your
extra.
Your seat is a bit higher than the rest of these, so now your head is more in line with everybody's face.
Thank you. Yeah.
I
Just,
had to,
like,
I had
I'll
to
just,
throw
like,
one short joke in.
Stand up here. So
See, now it's at boob level, right? Now Jesse's got to stand up.
you can't help it. They're big. They're just there. Ta-da. But yeah, I've actually had quite a few issues with. Now, like, I won't say issues with it because that's offensive. Like, I don't have any issues against transsexual people. It's just I'm not one. I'm a female. I was born a female. I have a vagina. Hi.
I think the only equivalent, maybe from our perspective, is somebody actually went up to us and genuinely asked, "Hey, are you gay?" Like, not even to be mocking. I don't know.
Or even ask you if you're a transsexual.
I
Were you
guess.
female to male?
That's- it's so much
and
harder
my
to
voice
tell.
is relatively low. Like it it fluctuates. Like I have like my higher talking, and then I have my lower like normal talking, which is quite low for a female, I think. But I just
It's less of a thing, I think, for the female to male transgender people to be at least like even slightly noticeable if they go through like hormone replacement therapy and stuff like that, because I do have a few friends that are female to male and you can't tell.
oh,
Like, never
I both
they
my friends that are
transitioned.
female to male have you cannot. They're just beautiful men. And then I
'Cause
have
you get facial hair, like lots of people have lots of
Yes.
very masculine features
just
that come through.
really beautiful men.
Whereas it's a troubling thing, but I also do have friends that are male to female, and the facial features, the masculine facial features, tend to
depends.
stay, and you need lots of surgery and things like
It
that.
depends on what you look like originally.
Of course, if
Like
you're
I am
more effeminate to begin with, sure.
just depending on your bone structure. Like even if you're not effeminate, it doesn't matter. It depends on your bone structure. And I have my one friend Sammy, and my it's actually funny because my brother got mad because I introduced him to her, and he had no fucking idea. He's like, "Damn, she's hot. She has these big fake tits. You know, really done really well though, because she saved like $80,000 to get this chest
Wow.
because she wants it to look realistic. She wants it to look like those big balloons that fucking Pamela Anderson has. Ridiculous. So, but she decided to go for a bigger cup, right? And then she has the natural curves. She got like implants for her butt, some on her hips, I think, to make her just look a little more curvy, not that flat male. Because she's thin, right? She's very thin. Typically, more thin males don't have curves, really. So,
No curves.
my brother was hitting on her, and I told him that my brother. I love my brother, but he is kind of a bigot. Homophobic, racist.
That's defamation of character, Antaya.
A little bit.
It's the truth.
Now, I mean, on that topic, it's always a little bit different where it comes from certain people. Like, I think some people, it definitely is like insecurity, whereas like homophobic people might
That's what my brother.
have tendencies, like just feelings that they don't have addressed or whatever.
I don't think that Elijah. The thing is, most people. Sorry, not most people, but a large majority of people that are homophobic have gay tendencies themselves.
that they can't rationalize
Exactly.
themselves.
The other ones that do not have gay tendencies are insecure regardless. My brother, I love very much. He will never watch this ever, and if you do, whatever.
Hello.
He is extremely insecure. I love my brother so much, and he's a very handsome guy. He's in the army. Great guy, but everybody in my family has mental issues. Like my other brother has autism. I have dissociative identity disorder, which is multiple personality disorder. They changed the name. My brother at least has bipolar, at least, or borderline personality disorder. It's something. There's something going on, and he has extreme insecurities, which a lot of people don't understand that. You could be the most gorgeous person in the world and still have insecurities. So like when people tell me like, why do you have insecurities? First of all, I don't see myself as some super hot, beautiful woman. I don't see it. I don't see what other people that tell me see. And it's a nice compliment, but it's hard to take a compliment when you don't believe it yourself. And that's on you, right? That's not on anybody else.
A thing for that we've brought up before is the idea of impostor syndrome or whatever. Like you just feel like you're a fake. Kind of.
Yeah.
Usually more associated with like academics or achievements of some kind, but I'm sure it goes with looks too, where people tell you look good, but you don't see it.
Right. And then with women being expected to look a certain way. And then it seemed to have become a trend now that a lot of men expect women to look a certain way. So they use makeup to look a certain way. And then in the morning when they don't look that way, they're all offended and they were faked out. And it's like, well, that's what you fucking expect. I don't do anything for men. And actually, honestly, most women do not wear makeup or anything for men. They do it for women because we're competing subconsciously. Whether we know it or not.
Which seems to be, at least what I've observed, more of the trend.
Whether we know it or not, we are competing against each other. It's not for the men, it's for the women. That's what the makeup and everything we wear. But people saying that, women are fakes when they're wearing makeup. Makeup is really just to accentuate
Sure.
beautiful parts of us.
There are many evolutionary factors that go in it too, like the whole voluptuous lips thing
Yes.
and all these surgeries. There are certain biological features that are just people are driven towards.
Yes.
They see it as beauty. And yes, those ideals change over time.
A large chest,
Sure.
a curvy body.
Yes.
Some men don't like curves. Some men like smaller girls.
Yes, and some definitely have preferences. But the difference in preferences in society, even if the majority prefers a certain thing, sort of it sets you up for a nice evolutionary diversity in the population.
Yeah.
Where there's a certain population of people that are all skinny and they're banging skinny people, and certain populations all big hipped, whatever.
Well,
good for childbearing.
most people that are sleeping with small, tiny women, that's usually a dominance thing, right?
Yeah, you could have control more. So
that's the thing. Like, if someone wanted to be dominant with me, they can because I'm a submissive. But if someone's looking for a submissive, they're typically going to go for the smaller built, tiny, 100-pound girls as opposed to my 180-pound self. Mm-hmm. It's a lot easier to throw around some tiny little girl than it is for me, right? I've had people they said that they weren't attracted to me because they don't like large chests. And that's fine. I grew them. I can't get rid of them. Like, I didn't buy them, but, it's to each their own. But usually when you are looking to dominate someone, usually you want someone that's a lot smaller than you are and weighs a lot less so that you have an easier time dominating them.
I can definitely understand that.
But yeah, the society's expectations are just incredible.
It's kind of like if you're having a conversation about a hypothetical society,
yes.
this hypothetical thing that
right.
really comes down. It's not as black and white as what society wants, of course.
No.
And there's lots of cultural differences. You could talk about a specific society like people in Ontario for some example. But I don't know. And then there's always going to be the outliers that like something entirely different than the rest of us, where they're into women that are 300 plus pounds, and that's their thing.
And that's the entire thing that they go for.
Yeah, well, and then I saw a post on Facebook today that I was looking at, and they were trying to address, they failed, but they were trying to address how, which they are right, nowadays curvy women are seen as like big. I'm curvy, I'm thick, that's what I am. 350-pound women are not curvy or thick, they are obese.
Yes.
You can call yourself curvy all you want. I am curvy. You are not. You are obese.
That's part of the fat acceptance.
But which is fine.
Yeah.
Thing is,
no, I don't. I would never discriminate against somebody.
No,
for being
I know.
fat.
I know. It's just this post was kind of saying that there was a picture of a really thin girl, like really, 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 really thin girl, and I have a friend who is very thin. She eats more than I do. She eats well. She has all her protein. She just cannot gain weight. And that is sometimes the case. But 80% of the time, it's anorexia, bulimia, trying to live up to society's standards of beauty. Okay? So society's standards of beauty used to be that you had to be super thin. They still do for runway models.
Yep.
But now it's now you gotta have curves. And now women that are skinny are now ugly and are unhealthy. But that's not true. Unless the person, unless they are anorexic or bulimic or unhealthy, then they are. Mm-hmm. If you're incredibly thin, then you're probably doing something wrong with your diet. Even if you're not doing it on purpose. My friend is trying new supplements and stuff. She will eventually find something that'll help her gain weight. And then I have a friend that was about 400 pounds, and she was my height. So she was just massive. And I still think that everybody's beautiful, but that does not mean that you're healthy. There is a difference between being beautiful and being unhealthy.
It's this strange thing in the fat acceptance movement where it's taboo to talk about them being unhealthy, but realistically you're sort of damning people to a lifetime of health problems by not addressing
what's her name? Tessa Holiday or whatever her name is. This big, huge monster of a woman. Probably 500 pounds.
Wow.
Sitting there telling people to eat badly and, you're still beautiful. Yes, you are still beautiful, but you're unhealthy and you are going to die.
Yeah.
And that is your fault. You want to be obese. Now, there are thyroid problems.
Sure. There's things that
cause you to gain weight.
Control.
Nothing causes you to be obese. Thyroid problems do not cause you to be obese. They cause you to be fat, overweight.
It takes a lot of behavioral modulation to live with that kind of stuff, and that is hard to do.
And
it's possible.
I have friends that cannot get under a certain weight, no matter what they do, no matter how well they eat. But being obese is your fault and always your fault. I don't care if you have a thyroid problem.
And people might misunderstand that as being like damning and all that, but
I'm not. It's
you got to take responsibility for it, I guess.
Everybody has, like, I was overweight. I was like 230 pounds last year because I was drinking so much. Because I got sober from the opiates. I was sober from the opiates for about probably 6 to 8 months. I've never had a problem with alcohol before. I'm fine now too, but before I was fine, and then I just randomly started drinking, and I got to the point where I was like waking up to get out of bed. Yes,
I've seen that magazine.
She's smaller than she was too.
It's a Cosmopolitan Total Sheet magazine cover.
October 2018 issue.
She is making it seem like it is okay to be obese. Now, let me get this straight. It is not okay, to be who you are.
Ethically, I don't have much of a problem with it.
As long as you are eating properly, getting enough exercise, taking your supplements and everything, you will lose the weight. If you're not eating properly, you won't. So this woman is essentially encouraging people to be obese and saying that it's healthy, saying that it's good for you, it's good for your self-esteem. It's not good for anything.
Oh, no. No, it's terrible.
If someone... Now, there's a difference between being a bit overweight and struggling with your weight than being massively grossly obese. She is grossly obese. That is not because of a thyroid problem. That is not because of anything but overeating, not exercising, and not caring about yourself. And I try to tell people, like, if you care about yourself, you will eat in a healthy way. And
this is the first picture on Google.
She eating a corn dog or something?
Yeah.
See? She oh God, she infuriates me.
Looks like she spent several hours on her makeup too.
She encourages people to be obese because she thinks it's a fetish and it's attractive.
Oh, I guess it is a fetish for some people.
It is a fetish for some people, but regardless, it is not good for your body and it is not okay.
No.
The thing is, it doesn't matter what you look like as long as you're eating healthy, exercising. And if you're eating healthy and exercising and taking your proper supplements, you will never be grossly obese.
It's sort of a symptom of humans in general over-consuming. Not just food, but just like
There's
resources.
an addiction too.
Oh, yeah.
A food addiction is 100% real, and a lot of people don't understand that being addicted to eating, emotionally eating because you're upset, eating because you're bored, that is a huge mental problem.
I definitely eat because I'm bored a lot. I don't
right.
Like if I'm at home, it's a lot of snack foods, not really full meals.
That's completely common. Yeah. But then people like her and people that are usually obese will emotionally eat. They'll be upset, so they'll eat a bucket of KFC to themselves. That's supposed to be for 4 people.
See, I can't do that. I can't actively go into a KFC. When we went to Popeyes, it's the first time in a long time that I've had fried chicken. Right. I can't go into a KFC, but by myself at least, because I'm standing there thinking, you're a stupid shit. You're standing by yourself at a KFC, and then I leave.
I live beside a KFC, and I have more than on one occasion bought the 6-piece chicken and just eaten that in one sitting by myself.
It's delicious. Don't get me wrong, but I do that. Thankfully, I do that at fast food sometimes. I don't cook as much as I should, but there are some nights where I'm like, just go home, and I drive away.
The biggest thing is that a lot of people eat way too fast. It takes somewhere between 4 and 5 minutes for that food to hit your stomach. You should be eating slowly.
I don't think that's true.
No, it is true.
It would be in your esophagus for so
long. No, it's to reach your actual stomach.
Your intestine.
Or intestine, whatever.
Okay.
Whatever.
Just like it reaches your stomach almost
to make you feel full.
Okay.
Even if it's 2 minutes.
The reflex takes
even
a
if
while.
It's not the exact, like, it may not be 4 or 5, it may be 2 minutes. But regardless, it does not instantly go down there. So if you're eating and eating and eating as fast as you can, that's why a lot of people feel sick after they eat, because they ate too much, they ate too fast.
It's a reflex. It's based on hormones. I learned a little bit about it in physiology class, but But yeah, it does take a little bit of time. Before
Yeah,
you
so
notice you're
people,
filling
that's
up.
why I suggest that people eat slower and not rush through your food, because you may already be full before you get to the end of your
And
meal.
there's psychological tricks like using smaller plates or doing, weird fancy.
Well,
things
honestly,
like that.
I eat 6 to 8 meals a day now.
Yeah.
Because it's not healthy to eat 3 meals a day.
No, it's kind of spread out quite a lot. A lot of people do.
You should be eating small meals more often.
Yes.
I'm sorry, but no one in this world is it healthy to eat 3 big meals a day. That is not healthy. No. You need to eat 6 to 8 smaller meals. It's not the same for everybody. Like, some people could have like 3 medium-sized meals and have like 2 small ones or something. It's different for everyone, but 3 big meals and that's it. That is not a healthy way to eat. And I'm
part of the standard American diet, really, to do that.
It's the standard. Pretty much most places in the world have always been taught you do 3 big meals. That's it.
Yeah.
I
don't know much about European culture for that.
I do, but it's the same thing. It's just these 3 big meals, and it's not healthy. But regardless, I just want to say now that I have no issues with, I have nothing against people who are obese or grossly obese. But do not sit there and tell me that it is healthy and that you want to be that way. I think everybody's beautiful. Like, I'm a huge fitness buff. I will help anybody if they want to start working out, and I understand how hard it is. Like, I've had students. I had a student. We're not friends anymore because she's psycho. But regardless.
Okay.
Regardless, she was grossly obese. She still is, unfortunately. But I made a personal routine with her because I would not allow her on my horses until she lost some weight, a certain amount, because horses can carry typically about 20% of their body weight comfortably. Okay. She was probably 5'1" and probably 350 pounds.
Okay.
She was huge. Very nice girl, though, and she really wanted to ride. So I told her she had to get down to 280 in order to get on Curly, because he's big boned. He could even take 350 if he wanted to, but I'm not going to put that on him. So we started, I'd get her to lunge them out in the field. Like, lunging is when you use the whip and you chase them around and they read your body language. Lunging on the line is when you have a 40-foot line and you have to train them to do it first, right? You train them to go around you in a circle.
We're talking about the horse or the woman?
I think we're talking about the horse.
The horses.
Okay.
And
Well, you said you
That'd
were
be
going to teach her.
Interesting fitness routine.
But
It'd be funny.
what I would have her do is I'd have her go out in the field and free lunge, which is just with the whip. And when the horses were trotting, she'd jog. And when they were cantering, she'd sprint as well as she could. We did workouts every day. She lost probably about 50 pounds. And then she gained it right back once we stopped talking. But regardless, I'm willing to help anybody who has issues. And I understand how hard it is to lose weight. I really do understand. Especially if you're 200 pounds over the weight you want to be. It's not going to happen quickly. It's not going to happen overnight. It's not going to happen in 3 months. It's probably going to be 2 years, 3 years of you losing weight. And you will plateau. You'll get a point to where you'll lose 60 pounds. You'll be great. You'll be happy. And then you'll plateau. And then you got to change it up. You got to change your routine. You got to make your exercise stuff harder in different ways. You have to change your diet. But there's a lot of people, unfortunately, that I see. They're well, I lost some weight and then I stopped, so I just stopped trying. It's no. If you're not trying to lose weight and you are obese, that is your fault. Nobody else is to blame. I still think you're beautiful, but you are obese and it is your fault. And no thyroid problem will cause someone to be obese.
No, not quite. One
Overweight,
interesting example. Do you know who Boogie is? A YouTuber gamer?
Of course. I've been watching his journey for a long time.
Yeah, I didn't. Well, see, I cut in a little bit later because I knew he's a very obese gamer, and he for the longest time had some serious...
He made it well over 500.
There's so many health problems.
And he had some serious health problems, and there was he had some medical episode that sort of made him decide, okay, this is when I have to start.
Good for him. Good for him.
It was amazing because I don't watch him regularly. I'm not really into the gaming side of what he does.
Well, then I can take over if you
want. But I jumped back in at a point where he was in the process. He did a a review basically of what
Like
he
his
had been doing.
1 year review?
The 1 year review.
Yeah.
And
Right.
that was a great video.
So he did gastric bypass,
Yes.
which for some
Great.
people, it's exactly
Worked
it's
for
what
him.
you
Well,
need.
the thing is, let me add something. There are a lot of people who assume that once you get gastric bypass, you're fine. You don't have to try. You don't have to do anything. That is not a fact. When you
That's
get gastric bypass, you have to still follow the diet. All it does is it shrinks your stomach, but you still have to eat properly and, exercise. And if you do, it will really, really, really work.
Yes. He explained that it was fairly effortless at the beginning.
That's good.
effortless at the beginning, but then he did say, I mean, he
plateaued?
he has plateaued, and he said that was kind of annoying. But
Frustrating.
as his journey has went on, his life kind of crumbled. After his surgery, he had to get a divorce. So he kind of lost his caretaker.
Like him for being big?
No, they
Sorry, that
just
was a
had
joke. I'm sorry.
issues.
It's kind of
and-
funny.
I'm sorry, that was a joke.
and that was that. But he got the surgery. Before the surgery, he had to lose a set amount of weight.
Yes. Yep.
Right?
You have to lose a certain amount of weight before you get there because they want to see that you're serious.
Mm-hmm.
They're not just going to waste all this time because the thing is, a lot of people think you just get gastric bypass, you can keep eating McDonald's 3 meals a day, 6 days a week,
Although for
and
some
that you're going to lose the
people,
weight.
you just feel sick.
Yeah,
If you
he
try to-
said
Yes.
eating the crap because he, especially during the divorce, he was like, I had days where I thought I'm just gonna do it, and it got to the point where I physically couldn't because
Yes.
it would make me sick.
Good.
He's like, I get through maybe a third of a burger and I
Good.
couldn't do it.
That's good.
So there is some merit to that, but he has done very well, and he's still 100% honest when he says I'm still fat, but
Being fat is not an issue. It's being grossly obese.
he still would be. But
as long as he's trying.
the amazing change, if you go back to his highest point, and now it's like it's a totally different
Right.
face.
He's going to have to get a skin.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what's next, and that's
big
where a lot of his weight right now. Like there's a
He
lot of
honestly
loose
should wait
skin.
until he's much thinner, though. Because if he does it now, he's just going to have to do it again.
Well, I don't know him personally, so I
know.
can't tell
I'm just-
him.
I know. I'm just. Well, you could
He seems to have a very good
You
doctor,
could
though.
comment, to be fair. But regardless.
I don't know how much money he makes as general figures, but I don't know if the surgery is off. Like if it's a
I don't
big-
think
No,
it would
he's
be
good.
covered.
He can do it.
Yeah, so I don't think it'd be.
Well, I'm
enough
sure
to
he'd be
more
able to
than
do
once.
it. It's just that's the hard thing is it's like there was a show, I can't remember what it was called, but it was about people after they lost weight and they had all this skin and they had to go through these super painful surgeries and this ridiculous. Can you imagine like having your skin cut off
No,
and sewn back together?
no,
But they do it for your whole body all at once.
no,
And then healing from that.
no.
That's ridiculous.
That must be so excruciating.
Yeah.
But
Lots of
everybody
oxycodone.
on the show was so happy with it. Like they'd rather have the little scars than the hanging.
Yeah, the scars wouldn't be the
Skin.
worst part about it. I don't really care.
Scars do fade.
It's the fact that it's a reminder of how big you were. When you look kind of like a flying squirrel, you know.
Yes. You can get some
Your
pretty cool
arms.
tattoos that take care of them, I'd imagine.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. And that's the thing that a lot of people don't understand that most people, okay, not most people are fucking idiots and morons and bigots and assholes. That's what most people are. But
Are you an
It's a
idiot?
pretty big generalization.
Are you a moron?
come on, the majority of America and Canada, come on, especially nowadays,
We like to think we're above average.
millennials?
But it's
you are not one of them.
Lots of people have-
You are not
Sure.
included.
But
in
lots
my
of people
state.
have unappreciated intelligences, even if they're ignorant on
Oh,
certain
I'm
things.
sure that's fine. I'm just saying that a large majority of the population of America and Canada, especially America, are ignorant, bigoted, and assholes.
Sure.
Especially millennials. So
It's a spectrum.
You think
and I'm not saying
millennials are
everybody.
bigoted? But they'd be they're supposed to be some of the most
But
acceptable.
it's for the
No,
sake
no,
of virtue signaling.
No. I don't think that this generation is more accepting. I think they're offended at everything they can possibly be offended by.
and
But
mostly-
they don't actually believe any of this shit.
Mostly offended on behalf of other people that they've never met to look virtuous and
Which sometimes you can be offended on behalf of other people, but
Yes.
most of the things I'm talking about are the people that are just looking to be offended by things. And they're just searching. Like, I have a lot of friends of color, and there was, I saw,
offends Except it's Dr. Pepper. So I fucked that up.
Dark Mountain.
I've seen people that would for example, there was I'm on this page on Facebook called the Niagara Rant page or whatever it is. People rant about stuff.
Sounds like it's a good place for you to do a lot of ranting.
Shut up.
Can you upload videos there? You'd probably
Bring
do
me
well.
here to rant. That is what you do.
I read your rants. I'm well informed about your rants.
But so this woman had made a post about the Port Colborne Tim Hortons. She said they were bigoted racists.
Oh.
Okay. And then she explained that the woman, where the Tim Hortons was full and very busy, walked past her a couple times, but she didn't say anything to the woman. She didn't go, "Hey, can you help me?" And don't you usually order by going up to the counter?
Yeah.
She said she was sitting in her seat and nobody came to take her order.
That's not how Tim Hortons
This is not a
works.
restaurant. You have to go up to the counter. And then she said that it was because they were racist because she's native.
She hasn't figured out how a Tim Hortons works, and she's.
I'm like,
native.
no, honey. You have to go up to the counter. And why? I'm like, did she say any racist comment to you? And she's like, no. Why do you just assume automatically that it is racism? And I've seen a lot of posts where, people of a certain color will say things like I've read things saying all white people must die.
Oh, yeah, that's
all
a
white
popular
people
one.
are evil. And it makes me sad because there is still racism by far.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Definitely is rampant. But to say that all white people do that is not
To say that
fair or true.
It misunderstands the issue of racism entirely to say that you can think that you can say that and think that it's not racism of some kind.
And then people will call it reverse. There's no such thing as reverse racism. If you don't like someone because they're white, that's racism. Whether or not we have suffered racism, which we haven't really. I'm not saying we have. I'm just, because a lot of people go, well, you haven't suffered. First of all, I'm Jewish. Yes, I have.
Yeah.
All of my ancestors suffered. I'm also Irish. All of my ancestors suffered. I did not
I
personally
think all
suffer.
of human history pretty much suffered
Yeah.
for a very long time.
But
At some point.
I didn't personally suffer, but I know that people of color are suffering still to this day, and that's the important thing.
There's definitely issues with the systems in place.
Of course, and it's ridiculous, and anybody that denies that's a moron. But I'm saying that to say that all white people are the same, it makes me sad because I've never been racist to
But
anyone.
then self-flagellating white people will come out and be like, "Oh, well, it's just a response to the powers that be, and it's just a way to get back at
and
the
I
man."
totally get where they're coming from because why wouldn't they feel that
That's sort
way?
of a misguided approach.
Like, why wouldn't they feel that way? Someone being shot over some simple arrest when a white person wouldn't? That's fucking ridiculous. Someone getting a bigger sentence because they're black as
Yeah.
opposed
Oh
to
yeah.
being white. That's
And
fucking ridiculous.
these things are demonstrably provable.
Yes.
You can show them, right?
Yeah. Oh,
and
it's
those are
factual.
things that would definitely
Yeah.
be easiest to change
But-
first, I would think.
Like, I have a bunch of black friends, I have Mexican, whatever, any kind of friends. I don't know how racism still exists. I don't know why. Like, I don't know if I'm one of the rare people that just sees people for who they are, not what they look. I don't give a fuck what you look like. It's how you treat me,
Yeah.
how you treat others, and who you are as a person
But people
that matters to
that
me.
want to jump on the bandwagon of calling white people racist or whatever will say, okay, what the word for that is colorblind. People say, oh, I'm
Right.
colorblind, but
Right.
then they're like, colorblindness is racism, and then go off about that. And,
Right.
And it's this whole train of everything is racist to certain people and these
Yes.
social justice figures.
And I get why they're doing it because they've suffered such injustices. But I wish that people would, look past that and not be so blind and realize that there are some people that are white that are not racist in this world.
There's
And
certainly,
I understand why they feel that way. I totally get it.
There's a ongoing issue, and I was listening to the CBC today, and they're talking quite a bit about it, where there's supposed to be some kind of new federal civic holiday for reparations to natives.
No, relax it.
Okay. To the native people in Canada.
That's
Something to apologize perhaps for the way that the public's
give them a day
schooling
off.
system was. Yeah, but they're trying to come up with this day off, and there's this huge debate of what day it should be and if we should do it, because I think Trudeau said
Yeah,
they're
for
going
what?
to do
For
it.
stealing their land and murdering all their people?
Pretty much, yeah.
It's pretty equal.
Here's a day off for,
Yeah,
killing all your...
The one thing that I would say, because they're debating whether this should exist, some people are saying, should it be like Remembrance Day where kids stay in school? It's not like a day off school, but somebody like they have veterans come and they'd have somebody that suffered.
That would be nice.
I'd be for that.
That would educate them.
That wouldn't be bad.
That is smart.
I also think the day off would be good too, but I do think that if it was like that, there'd be more people that work, because there are a staggering amount of people that do not know what happens to the Native Americans.
No, there are a lot of people that don't know.
Like a ton.
I don't even know if I necessarily blame them, because a lot of people get angry. Oh, they're so ignorant. But it's like, this is not a prevalent part
ignorance
of our
is not
culture.
always something to be angry about.
Not really.
A lot of the time, ignorance is just, again, just that. People just not knowing. And once you tell them, they know. So why not make it a public thing to tell them?
Yeah. Especially
explain to them what
in
happened.
School, like just how because Remembrance Day definitely. I remember that from being a kid. All the old war documentaries are like veterans coming in to talk, and I feel like a lot of
holidays like that are always based around white people.
I had
Let's celebrate white people doing things. Let's celebrate more white people doing things.
Well,
and then
this one will be celebrating or damning white people for doing certain things.
I don't think it'd be certain white people.
It's true.
And the people at the time that did it. But I wish it wasn't pulled. I just wish it wasn't pulled over into this day and age. But the fact is that they're still happening.
Yes, they're still current for this one particular issue.
I have a Muslim friend who was threatened millions of times. Has been threatened to be killed. Oh, you're here. Many people on the bus, anybody, because she wears, her headpiece, and she proudly displays, you're a part of ISIS, and you're gonna bomb us. And she's been stopped at the airport every time and checked every time for bombs, and thrown up against the wall and searched, fingers up her butt, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
You're smoking something in just because you're Muslim. That's fucking ridiculous. But ever since 9/11, like before 9/11, I could go across the country to any other country with a birth certificate and a note from my mother.
Yeah, it was nice.
And I understand the worry. I personally think it was an inside job, but everybody has their own conspiracy theories.
We have conspiracy theories, just like the Joe Rogan podcast.
Oh,
what's the one guy that has
jet fuel melt steel beams?
Eddie Bravo.
Eddie Bravo, that's who it is.
But everybody has their own opinions. But even if it was someone part of that does not damn the whole fucking country.
No,
that does not damn the whole fucking religion. Why is anybody that's part of that being damned unless they were personally a part of ISIS? It makes no sense.
No, here's the one thing about profiling. The intention of profiling is to stop threats.
Yes.
And I don't know. There definitely would be some discrepancy in the types of people that are more of a security threat.
Right.
And unfortunately, it could be down to a racial difference. I don't know. I don't have the statistics.
That's what they usually do, though. It's usually, a black guy was there and a white guy was there,
sucks.
so it's probably the black guy.
Sure, and it sucks because people that are innocent, even, if they're of that race, shouldn't be profiled. But at the same time, it's this weird way that we have to address these security risks. Yeah.
That is what they do. Whether it's okay or not. But I find it's way over the top and it's ridiculous, and I'm sorry, but there are just so many racist things happening still, and I don't know how the fuck it's still happening. How have we gotten to this point, this point with technology, and this point with our intelligence, and we are still being as bigoted and ridiculous as we are now?
I don't know. I don't know if it's getting better or worse or what.
Oh, I don't think it's getting better.
People are getting more aware of things.
The thing is, we will get better. We'll make a step towards, right? And then we take 4 steps back. These people that are getting overly offended by everything are ruining it for everybody else. We will get offended, genuinely offended, should be offended by it. And then people will take that 10 steps further than that. And then that brings us back 4 steps. There are things that we should be upset about and things we should be fixing. And then there are things...
who's to decide what we should be upset about kind of thing. Like,
well, no, of course.
Who's the arbiter of that?
I'm just saying that, and there's people like, people called feminazis that I would not consider feminists at all. They are way out to the side here.
Their hair is usually even a little bit brighter than yours.
You know what's funny? Everybody says you're probably a feminist.
Well, there's a trend that definitely
My
exists
hair has faded, though. My hair is actually like an electric blue. But everybody always goes, you're probably a feminist. No, I just like my hair bright blue. I am an equalist. I will tell you one thing.
That's a word I haven't heard in a while.
Listen. Equalism has existed for a long time. Why did we make feminism if there was already equalism? Because I'm going to tell you, my opinion at least.
Okay.
90% of feminists I've ever met want to get back at men for what they've done and be better than men.
It's a power struggle.
If you want to be equal to men, you would be an equalist.
Here's the thing, but so many feminists will just say, no, feminism is for equality. And
Why is it called feminism?
I don't know.
Why is it not a masculinism?
I don't have the answers. I was really big.
Manism.
I was really big into like the
Maleism.
social justice and the social justice like debates that were going on.
Bullshit.
Probably like 4 years ago or something like that. Like that was I watched just so many YouTube videos, read so many articles. That was like the thing that I was passionate about at the time. And it's just a bunch of people bashing their heads on the wall, pretty much. I don't know.
Equalism
Yeah,
is equal rights.
lots of people agree with that, but other people say nope. Feminism is this idea.
Then what is equalism?
I don't know. I don't know what any of these things are, and they mean different things to
It's like,
different
but
people.
equalism has been around forever, ever since like the fucking dawn of fucking intelligence. It's just feminism is brand new, and they're telling us.
You'd argue
feminism.
that feminism is from like the 20s.
The women's
No,
rights
I know,
movement.
No. But I'm saying actually being called feminism, like the actual term.
When was the term coined? We could look that up.
I don't know. Maybe it's earlier
Yeah.
than I thought it was, but
I
at
imagine
least since it became a trend. Okay, at least before it became a massive
They usually
thing.
divide it up into waves. So there's first wave, second wave, and third wave feminism.
When was the word feminism coined?
Kind of
It
interesting.
may be earlier than I think.
I feel like it's quite old. It's got to be before the 40s.
But when did it become a trend? That's what I'm talking about. It was never a big thing until a
it's
couple years
coming
ago.
in waves, where at first it was about the women's right to go to work or
I don't
vote
think that's
mostly.
feminism, though. I think that's equalism. That's just women wanting rights. I don't necessarily think that's feminism.
These are just umbrella terms that there's an intersectionality between the two of them.
I know, but I'm saying it doesn't necessarily mean it's in the name of feminism. It could be in the name of equalism. It could just be in the name of women's rights. But when did actual feminism become the term for fighting for women's rights?
You got an answer for us?
I don't know. I have no idea.
I'm ready to hear it.
I know that a couple years ago it just became a big thing, right?
The term feminism originated from the French word féminisme, coined by the utopian socialist Charles Fourier, and was first used in English in the 1890s
Yeah, okay.
in association with the movement for equal political and legal rights
That's
for
not
women.
what I was asking, though.
Wait, that's what they've been calling it for the longest
Yeah, I
time.
know, but I'm not saying when was it coined. I'm saying when did it really become a big thing that everybody
Probably
was...
in like the 20s, I would think.
During the women's lib
Yeah,
movements.
yeah.
And they called it feminism?
Yes,
That's what I'm
yeah.
curious about. Okay.
Women's suffrage or whatever it was.
Or just, I know that a lot of people said they called it equal rights and equalism for the longest time. That's what I heard, at least, so... I'm just saying, regardless. Nowadays, feminism is a trend.
The most recent wave that you're talking about, I think, is it's not about, equal right to vote or equal pay and stuff like that as much in the workplace, although some people still talk about a pay, like a wage gap. But what it's about is about changing people's perceptions. Women think that they're perceived in a certain way, and there's stereotypes about what women are supposed to be and men are supposed to be, and they're trying to break down the barriers. It's like a postmodernist kind of view.
Yes, they are. And that's what equalism does.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. Personally, I think there's no fucking point for
I
feminism.
think
We
they're
already
both-
had equalism. We could have just went with that.
I think they're both words that mostly describe similar things. Mostly.
Well, yeah, it's pretty much the same thing they're doing, but I just feel like most people that I meet that are self-proclaimed feminists are way, way, way to the side. And men need to pay for what they've done.
And
we need
these
to be
movements
more important
come
than
with
men.
political ideologies too. Like it
Yes.
always to be more of like a left-wing movement for many
Right,
things.
yeah.
Even though ideally it would be more centrist, I would think, because people fall
I have
all
no
over the
problem with it.
spectrum.
It's just I'm an equalist. I would never call myself a feminist. I'm not just for women. I'm for everybody to be equal.
And then the feminists come on and say it's not just about women, it's about this. And whatever. And
Then you're an equalist. Then you're an equalist. That's what you are. You're not a feminist.
But the feminists like to tell people that you're a feminist, even though you won't call yourself one. This is a stupid semantics game. Where
I don't. Honestly, I don't
you.
care what it's called.
Exactly. It doesn't.
I
Really
will
matter
never sit there and go, "Oh, men," because men did treat women badly back
It's true.
then.
Very true.
But there are no men that I'm with right now that were there.
It's true.
Yeah, but
It's the
that's
same thing with racism. Not the same though, like for nowadays, like what they're still going through. I mean, slavery and stuff like that.
Now,
no one that was there is here with
interesting women's issues. Like, for instance, many feminist figures will say, okay, you should, I don't know, supply free tampons and like certain things like that to women. Even though I think in Canada there's already, you don't have to pay certain taxes on those goods.
I do now. Let me add something here. I do think that we should have free tampons because it's not something we can control. But let me add something. We need tampons. We also need food. We also need water. None of that shit's free. I know it sounds awful. Yes, I do think we should have free tampons. But honestly, if you're giving us free tampons, why aren't you giving us free food? Why aren't you giving us free water? Why aren't you giving us free housing?
Who's giving us these things?
I'm just saying, no one is.
I don't. Who could give us these things?
No idea. Well, the government makes it.
Well, the government
makes an incredible amount of our taxes. I get why women are saying because you get free condoms from the sex clinics. It would be great if we could get free. But okay, honestly, the condoms from the sex clinics are garbage.
But then wouldn't
I pay for my condoms.
Yeah.
The condoms are shit at the sex clinics. They will break. I have had 1,000,001 of them break. But regardless,
I don't think I've used 1,000,001
So women
condoms.
have this opinion that we should have free tampons, which we should because it's something that naturally happens.
I guess.
But guess what? We also eat, which naturally happens, and we have to pay for that. We also drink, which
Here's the
naturally
problem.
happens.
But at the end of the day, you say, okay, the government's going to pay for these things. That's still your tax money. You're still
Well,
paying.
it is. You're still paying for it. Yeah.
So wouldn't it make more sense just to have tax cuts and people could spend their money how
It's
they
just
wish?
I get the idea behind it. There's nothing we can do about our periods. You know that
true.
happens.
I guess you
However,
could just let it bleed, but that would be kind of repulsive in most people's minds.
No, you would just.
No, that wouldn't be good.
But regardless,
Hashtag free bleeding.
hashtag free bleeding. The thing is,
Free the
I
blood.
get the idea behind it, but unless you want free food and free water too.
Well, I think the debate for that is there is a certain percentage of Canadians that do have access to government subsidized food and water. So if you need to have free food and water, there are programs available.
I don't know if it would be free unless you haven't worked before. Like, for instance, I was on Ontario Works, right? I was on Ontario Works for about 6 months, but I had worked 12 years prior. I paid more than paid.
Okay, so it's like
Ontario Works.
employment insurance or something?
It depends on... I just hadn't worked enough that year, a particular year, to get EI. But I agree with you. I'm just saying some people like just aren't working at all and they're just on, Ontario Works. But some people have paid into it.
If tampons or any feminine hygiene product were to ever be free, it would probably be mandated like the government mandating that basic cable be affordable to a certain level. So you would get your, what's that, tampon manufacturer? Give me a name. Tampax, okay. So you would get Tampax saying, okay, this is the one that we have for free, and it's going to be the most base.
Yes.
I get that there's only, it's
like
only
condoms,
so
it's the same
it can
thing.
be, but it will be the most base model, and if you want something better, you will have to pay for it.
Well, it's like condoms. The argument is, well, you get free condoms, and they're garbage. Yeah. They are shitty.
Yeah, but that's because
condoms.
Condom manufacturers want to sell you. Then they have every right to want to sell.
Yes. I'm just saying, if people want free tampons and you do get them, they're going to be shitty tampons. Yeah. I would never... I use the cup. Anyways, I wouldn't use tampons. They're really bad for you, actually. Oh, sorry. Oh, no, that wasn't you. Yeah, no, tampons are really, actually really, really... really bad.
Most women I've been with have preferred some kind of pad or something. I don't know.
I think pads are gross. Personally, I can't deal with the whole sitting in a cesspool of bacteria. Yeah, no, it's not nice. There's not a nice smell. It's just gross. So people prefer tampons because they go up there, they're out of sight. But if you think about it, it's holding back this pool of bacteria behind you, behind the tampon.
Well, I mean, hopefully not bacteria per se, other than the regular flora of the innards of the vagina.
But that is bacteria.
I guess, but it's kind of supposed to be there unless you leave it for a long time.
Yes.
You get, Septic
No,
shock.
no, but listen though, toxic shock can happen after an hour. It depends on your body, right? It all depends on your body. You can get toxic shock within an hour. Some people can get toxic shock in 10 hours, right?
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
Longer periods
Usually, you're supposed to change your tampon every 3 to 4 hours. 3 to 4 hours, that's bacteria. Even though it's not, you know what I mean. I'm just saying.
It's a generalization. I mean, our mouths
It's
are
gross.
covered in bacteria.
The tampons are bleached. Okay, an incredible
cotton,
amount of chemicals within tampons.
Yeah.
There's no good reason to use tampons, honestly. It's just an incredible amount of tampons, or an incredible amount of chemicals that are just the toxicity in your vaginal canal.
So if tampons aren't the free things, what is?
Hashtag organic
No,
tampons.
I'm just saying. I listen. Like I said, condoms when they're free, they're basic. So it would be tampons or pads. Diva cups, like I use, are never going to be free.
There are some women that say that the tampon is a male invention used to oppress women around the world because it's forcing them to rape themselves with an object.
Oh my
insertion.
fucking god!
Oh, I've
get
heard
over
this.
it.
I've read articles about this. Everything.
Those are the
is-
feminazis
yes,
I'm talking about.
Everything is sexist to these people.
Everything is male created, and then men just want you to fuck yourself for their pleasure.
And then I heard the actual story behind it. I think
I think it was a man in India, I believe, but basically he devoted his life because he saw that his wife had this problem of bleeding and stuff every month, and he wanted to do something about it. And then he invented the tampon after much work and deliberation.
If it wasn't bleached,
all that.
it'd be okay.
I don't know.
Why do they have to bleach it?
Can't you buy ones that are unbleached?
No.
It's just cotton.
Well, okay.
Maybe you can.
Nowadays, you
I
can
don't know.
100%
Buy
buy
organic
like
free-range
organic
I bet you they're
free-range
ridiculously
vegan
expensive, though.
tampons.
Vegan.
I bet you they're ridiculously expensive, though.
I don't know. Let's find out.
I bet you.
On
No chemicals. I'm not just talking about bleach, because they don't only put bleach in those. They put all sorts of chemicals in them. Chemical-free tampons.
$3.49 for a 10-pack.
What are you looking at?
It's a
me this.
Natricare. I'm clicking on it. It's coming up.
Natricare organic tampons non-applicator. In case there's no applicators, that's fun.
I wouldn't know.
100% cotton, perfume-free, totally chlorine-free.
So it actually sounds like it's very easy to get.
Yeah.
Natricare tampons are made from only certified organic 100% cotton, are the only fully certified organic cotton tampons available in the world today. They're non-chlorine bleached. They're still bleached. Non-chlorine bleached. Read that.
What is the
Read
reason
that.
that you bleach cotton?
For color. So anyways, they're not chlorine bleached, but they're still bleached. Probably better, but women can be reassured they do not contain synthetic materials such as rayon or chemical additives such as binders or surfactants.
Yeah.
Surfactant.
A surfactant it breaks down. It's like
Okay.
soap.
Okay. Certified organic cotton removes the risk of
Don't
direct
want soap in your
exposure
tampon.
to residues from chemical pesticides and fertilizers. Vegan, GMO-free.
Yeah, it is vegan.
So
Our regular condom's not
$3.49
vegan.
on there.
Tampons.
Probably American.
Yeah.
And then with the shipping, probably about $15.
That's wells.ca, so it's not American.
CA, okay. Still probably gonna come to about $10. That's ridiculous. 10 tampons?
Sad to
No.
cart.
Oh. You can get a full 40 pack for $4.
Right, but vegan or organic
I think they're worth it
stuff.
for sure, but they're still bleached.
Subtotal.
It's not chlorine, but they're still bleached. Why bleach them?
Is
I've never
bleaching-
understood that.
I don't know if bleach is necessarily bad in all cases.
Shoving up your vaginal. We can't even use soap up there. Do you understand that?
I understand that.
If I shove my fingers with even soap residue up my vaginal
Yeast
canal,
infection,
I will
probably.
get a ridiculous infection.
Oh, yeah.
So the thing is, why can't they just not bleach them? Who cares what color they are? It's because they want them to be more attractive. I don't want to see.
Well,
the
then,
blood
okay, pause for a
more-
second. If they want them to be more attractive, then they have studies that say that women do care what color they are.
Which white?
If
There's got to be some market research.
Yeah.
Why?
That
Why?
decision.
I'm just saying. It's fine. I'm sure women have, but I'm just saying, as a woman myself, I would not want to see more obviously how red the fucking tampon is. If it was dark, in fact, it would be less gross to me. I'd rather not see how red my blood
Okay,
is.
but then you're going to have dyed tampons, and then we'll be sitting here talking about how they're using artificial or even real dyes,
I'm
and
not
the
dyed.
dyes.
I'm saying just don't
I
bleach
know,
them.
but
Just
what
make them
if-
with the
what
same
if-
color?
There's a Forbes
There.
article that says everyone calm down about chemicals and tampons.
Does this Forbes person have to shove this up their vag? No, I'm not talking about dyed, honey. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about how they just naturally, the color that they naturally are, and just leave them.
I thought cotton was naturally white. I've seen
Cotton is naturally white.
Then why are they bleaching it? I'm so confused. What's the point of bleaching it if it's white? I'm so confused. They want it more white? Is it maybe like an off-white?
I don't know.
Maybe,
cotton seems... Cotton white.
Why are tampons
That's
bleached?
exactly what I'm looking up right now.
I can tell you, sheep are not pure white. They're like a beige. So maybe they're just bleaching them to be more white?
Sheep have wool.
What's the point? Yes, and it's like beige, not pure white.
But cotton, which grows on plants, is pretty much pure white.
Oh, okay, sorry, I'm an idiot. I was talking
A wool
about sheep.
tampon.
Why was I
pretty
talking
itchy.
about Sorry, I got confused. Anyways, the cotton that's grown on the plants is still not like a pure, super, super bright white like the tampons. So I think they're just bleaching it to make it more white.
The main thing, the same article, except I got a nice little short blurb about it. Bleaching is a technical term for fiber purification. Explains Tampax on its website. Purification of cotton and rayon is done to eliminate the impurities and clean the fibers. Whitening the fibers is a result of this process, but not its goal. Like, you do have to make sure that the entire thing is clean. You want to make sure that it's clean.
Yeah, but there shouldn't be rayon in there in general. But yeah, so there are tampons that you can get, as you see, that are not bleached.
Wow.
So
people are aware of this problem then, I guess.
I prefer to use the cup because it is a rubber cup and there is nothing that's going to bother my vaginal canal when it's inside.
You were the only person I've ever met that says that they use it, so...
Wait.
The Diva cup or whatever they call it?
It's amazing.
Yeah.
You have to get used to it, though.
A lot of people are afraid of trying that kind of stuff, I'd imagine.
Well, there's a lot of people that'll try it like twice and be like, yeah, I can't do it. You have to get used to it. Also, when you are bleeding, I know it is gross. You can feel like a rush. Like you can feel it gushing out at it. Like it doesn't just constantly go. It'll like nothing. You'll feel, just gush randomly and it'll be fine. You have to get used to that because you think you're bleeding everywhere, but you're not. It's in the cup, right? So you do have to get used to that. That's completely true. You also have to be able to get it in there properly because it's like a thick cup. You gotta like shove it in there and like fuck around with it with your fingers. You have to get used to the feeling.
Doesn't sound like a ringing endorsement for the product, really.
The product is the only product out there with no fucking chemicals going into your body. None.
Well,
no
what
disgusting
about the plastics used in the cup.
That's none. All of it is vegan. None of it is going to affect your
vegan,
body.
Sure.
None of it's going to affect your body.
The bleaching chemicals are still vegan.
No. Look, just when we're done this, just look it up. Okay, it's the healthiest way to do it.
Wouldn't the healthiest way of doing it just let it flow?
Free bleeding? Sure.
If you're naked all the time,
Where?
it's probably not the worst.
You just want me to walk around pissing?
Well, there's a movement that I'm sure is doing it.
And there's underwear. Don't listen to those. The underwear do not work. The underwear are not thick enough.
Oh, there's like absorbent underwear?
Yes, there are like free bleeding underwear. No. The thing is, and you can use a pad, and that's good for some people, but it's just gross to me because it smells bad, honestly. It
but
smells
then...
like rotting blood, and it's just disgusting to me. I cannot do the pad.
For the pad to be disgusting to you, it works for some people.
No, it's fine for other people. I'm just saying for me personally,
It sounds like a catch-22
It's
situation.
a big-ass pad with like 4 hours worth of rotting blood on it. And
doesn't sound great. I am so glad I'm a man. It's
like the lining, it's just clots and just you take it off as like.
Do women wait 4 hours to change their
disgusting.
pads?
It depends on the person.
Like a timer. I don't know.
Well, I'm not going to change it every hour. You can't change it every hour.
No, but you.
Listen, I've been a woman all my life.
But you don't. When did you start using the cup?
Oh, just recently.
So then what'd you use before?
I used tampons.
Okay.
Yes.
Because my thing would be is sure after 4 hours there may be some.
It's not always 4 hours. I'm just giving an example.
Yeah,
I've done where it was 2 hours where I was bleeding a lot and I felt like I was bleeding a lot and I was leaking. Then I change it. You know, but if it's usually about 2 to 4 hours that you change it.
Since we're on the topic of women's menstrual cycles, which I don't think we're going to hit on again,
I don't
for a long
know
time,
why we're on the topic, but yeah.
What do you think of the apps that are used to track it?
It works for some people. Like some people, it's great.
Works very well.
Okay,
Amazing.
so
They are.
for my best friend, it's like spot on. Me, it doesn't work.
As a man, and this is the most useful thing that my girlfriend has ever done for me, is she gave me access to her account so I can log in. I can like see everything that she sees.
Now, do you have?
If she is like emotionally irrational out of nowhere, I can look at the app and be like, "Oh, that makes sense," and then it's okay.
Just don't say that to her.
No, she doesn't care. The best thing about it, and maybe women might get more used to this over time, but I can just be like, "It's okay. I understand. I see the situation, and it's okay." And she doesn't.
I don't change when I'm on
You
my period. Am I like the only person in the world that does not really change?
It depends slightly if you're on some kind of birth control, and it depends on a lot of different factors.
I have a copper IUD.
Yeah. See,
I do copper because I have migraines, so I couldn't use the other IUD because apparently it gives you like if you have a migraine disorder, it exacerbates them.
I think the cycle is more regular and the predictability of emotions for women that don't use birth control.
Yes.
Yeah. And for women that I've been with that do use some kind of birth control, it is a little bit harder
like
to tell.
it'll be like it's supposed to be a month and then a month and a month. It'll be like this month and then it'll be like a week early. And the next time it'll be like 2 weeks late, and like the next time it'll be like 3 weeks early. Mine has always been sporadic, all over the place. When I was on methadone, I didn't have a period for 7 months. I thought I was pregnant.
That's pretty hardcore.
Not. It was just because of the stress and the methadone, but I've never really noticed a massive change when I was on my period. Like the worst that I'll just cry easier at like sad movies.
Yeah.
Or Sarah McLachlan commercials. I'll never be like, oh my god, I gotta fucking get... Like, I've seen some women that just lose their fucking minds.
Oh, yeah, I've seen some women that are just
God,
bawling their eyes out.
Yeah, and those women need
like,
mental help.
No, I don't know about that.
The amount of if there's that much of an emotional disturbance from the hormone disruption, you need to get help for that. If it's to the point where you're threatening to kill people,
okay, that's not what I'm talking about.
But that's what I'm talking about, right?
I haven't seen
you
that.
You didn't let me finish my statement.
You can talk over me. I don't mind.
No, I don't like talking over people.
This is one of the podcasts where I've talked the least because I'm just listening because I don't.
I'm just blah 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 blah.
I don't have transsexual friends.
I have a couple.
I don't. If you want to have equal rights, then just do it. I believe.
Just do it.
Just do it. Just
no,
do it.
like
just do it.
If you want the job, go for it.
Just do it.
This should be Nike's new campaign.
Do it.
So if you want equal rights, just do it.
Okay, wait. What does he do? He goes, do it.
The Shia LaBeouf thing.
Do it.
Yeah. The green screen Shia LaBeouf.
Okay.
Do it. Do it.
There we go.
That video was an old one.
I'm sorry, it was so
but
funny.
it's true. I don't have too much of an overarching opinion on that, but I have just been listening.
You can have an opinion on it just because you don't have friends that happen to be transsexual.
And this is the opinion of like many millennials of like what a straight white male is. Just like they don't understand any of this stuff, which is probably true in many cases. But it's just because it's a whole different.
What was I talking about?
I've been too busy paying attention to other shit in my life to worry about people wanting to be a squirrel.
Ooh, the otherkin, yeah, they're fun.
That's what do you mean? Were you talking about gender?
I think he's talking about the otherkin.
No, gender stuff. Like if you
Can I say something before you say something?
You can say whatever you want.
Gender that you are referring to, not the gender that is the sex. Okay. Where people are coming from with male, female, pansexual, trisexual, whatever the fuck they want to be. The genders that you are referring to that you don't understand, that's fine, is a social construct. What? I wasn't making... You said you didn't understand it.
No, I don't pay attention to it. It's not that I don't understand it.
Whatever. You don't pay attention to it. Fine. I don't care what the wording is.
I'm
just saying this thing is a social construct. Not the gender as in sex, i.e. male, female, hermaphrodite. Okay? That's not what I'm talking about.
No, that's a biological...
Hermaphrodites do exist.
Yes, that's what
but still, it's still something. Regardless. what these people are talking about is a social construct called gender. This is an emotional construct.
A gender
Nothing
performance.
Yes, it's nothing to do with what you're born with and what you actually are sexually.
Maybe it's Maybelline.
And what a lot of people don't understand about that, when they make jokes like you did, is it's a social construct, and it's not something that's factual. It's not something that's scientifically proven. It's just what someone happens to feel like they are, whatever they identify with, or whatever. Honestly, it does not affect me. So I'm pansexual. People make fun of me for that. So I'm not going to make fun of people for thinking they're a Barbie that's a 1985 edition. It does not affect me. It's not my life.
It's an interesting thing to wonder about, though, because there are people that think that they are, like, there's furries, which are fun, because they, dress up as animals, and some of them
that's a sexual thing.
Yeah, there's some people that are into for the sexual thing or whatever.
I bet you a lot of people, if I told a lot of people about what I do with my BDSM shit, I bet you'd fucking either disagree with it or be weirded out.
Yeah, but there's people like that it's like clearly this
like
segmented part of their life. Segmented part of life. But there's other people on the internet that they call the otherkin, where people like legit act like they're some kind of animal.
Did you just say legit?
Yes.
Legit.
That's a legit thing.
You sound dumb.
Oh, I don't care.
Legitimate.
Do you think I don't sound dumb after week of doing
No,
this?
I don't think you do at all.
Oh, I think I do.
Sorry, continue. I missed the
There are people that
I sound dumb.
have some kind of identity disorder where they do think that they are.
And that's fine, even if they do.
No, I don't think there's anything ethically wrong with it, but it's a weird human phenomenon.
I'm talking about the people that make fun of them for that. That's what I'm talking about.
You can't have a laugh at everybody a little bit. It's got to be a little bit.
There's a difference between having a laugh and belittling someone. No. I'm not talking about people that are just like he said.
I don't see.
No. See, I wasn't belittling. I was just going.
Okay, did you didn't listen to me. No, you didn't, because I said you just made a joke. You are not one of those people. You were not listening. There you go. Ta-da. I'm talking about the people that are belittling these people. If you want to make a joke, that's fine. If you would have let me finish talking. But there are people that literally belittle these people and make them feel like they're fucking idiots.
And that's the type of bullying.
Yes, it is. Even if we don't agree with it. And honestly, I don't know why anything that doesn't affect you personally you'd even deal with.
People are always interested in other people's business. It's just a social attribute that we have as humans. That's what gossip is, right?
Yeah, I'm not really interested in gossip.
But lots of people are, even if we aren't as people.
Yeah, and those people, like I said, are usually morons. But yeah, no.
Hey,
listen.
That's not true. I like listening to gossip because sometimes you get the best stories from gossip that can translate to actual narratives and writing.
That's not what I'm talking about.
I know. I'm just saying gossip can be good.
You are talking about it in an intelligent way, not these people like, oh my god, my friend Tilly made out with my boyfriend yesterday and I'm so fucking mad. No, I'm talking about that, not what your intelligent gossip. Not, oh my god.
But I will listen to that non-intelligent.
I listen to everybody. I like people watching. I like listening to people. You understand the point I'm making.
Yeah.
Regardless. As to the things that people would have an issue with me doing with BDSM, as you asked, I don't know. I just like some weird shit.
We talked about some of the pain stuff last podcast.
Right. Okay, I used to go to parties. I kind of want to start going them again because I've grown kind of bored. I do think I may have a sex addiction, like to a certain extent. Like I've completely gotten it under control now, but it was not under control before. Before it was just absolutely out of control. I was sleeping with people just to sleep with people. Not even because I really want to get off, because I'm a submissive. So my goal is not to get off. My goal is for you to get off, or whoever I'm with. Like, that's my goal. It's not my goal for me to. I don't give a fuck about that. I want the person I'm with to get off.
So
that's
then isn't
my goal.
In that goal, since you're you're submissive, but you're kind of dominating your own. You're controlling their. That's your goal.
Their experience. Well, yeah, that is part of being
Okay,
submissive.
explain that. What do you mean?
being submissive is a role that guides the other person's role. Yes, it is a
Yeah.
natural thing like that.
What am I doing?
And in that way, I'm not arguing anything. I'm just saying.
No, I know. I'm just curious. I'm curious.
In my opinion, for that, if you're going at it, I'm just gonna get lost.
No, it's okay. I want to
in this, but if your goal is to have your partner climax, then you are. See, I am actually losing the point because
I'm having some control.
You are in control of their climax.
Yeah, but and that's the thing.
Yeah,
In BDSM, the submissive usually has more control in the situation.
It's usually
They get to make
So
the
then
judgment call.
they're
pretty much.
submissively dominant.
I don't know. Not really.
the dominant is usually physically dominant and physically dominant only. The submissive is mentally in control. If I go, stop, he'll stop. Do this, start again, we'll try over here. He'll do it.
I mean, that's the idea of roleplay. It's kind of an act.
Except for submissive. Then it's funny because people will make fun of me because they'll be like, because the thing is, the reason why I think I'm submissive is because I'm so dominant in my day-to-day life.
Yeah, that's a common feature too, where people would
I'm an extreme extrovert. I'm very dominant in my day-to-day life, and it gives me a release to be, beaten and I guess, degraded. It just makes me feel better. I like being hurt. I like being punished for things I didn't do. But if I'm not okay with it, you're done. Stop. I'm essentially in charge, but I'm not at the same time, if that makes any sense. Like if I was to go, stop, it's hurting too much, that's the end of it. So I have this reasonable, word that we've created, safe word, where if I say that, that's the end of it. So technically, I'm in charge overall, but I don't know if they're in charge too.
Yeah.
Makes any sense. They're physically in charge. But if I say stop, that hurts. That's the end of it. So, it is very hard. I can't get off from sex. I think I said that last time, but I can't. It's just not possible. And it's funny because you would be surprised how many people would challenge that.
It's a fun challenge to take.
I don't know why. Someone who is dumb enough to say you have not had the right dick yet, or you've not been fucked properly.
I'll draw the line of distinction. I've been with people that they're not very far into exploring themselves.
Escorts for 7 years?
No. This is a different situation.
Okay.
I'm talking about women that have not explored sexuality that much and maybe don't really know how to masturbate or haven't tried to do some of that.
Oh, okay,
and they
that's
say,
different. That's
I've
different.
never gotten off and I've had sex with two or three guys.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, challenge accepted.
Well, of course.
And it feels good when you get them to
Well,
that
of
point.
course. If the woman has not had a proper orgasm or just doesn't know how to do these things, of course, that's completely different. I'm talking about my situation.
People who think they know your sexuality better than your own.
Yes. And I will tell them, listen, you are not going to get me off from penetration. It's not going to happen because I cannot Now, the weird thing is I can squirt from penetration, but I can only squirt from penetration with one person.
As opposed to two people penetrating you at the same time?
No, I'm talking about one specific.
Okay.
One specific
draw that
person
distinction.
is the only person that has ever that has ever been
penetration's a thing.
able to make me squirt. Now, when I'm squirting, I'm not having an orgasm. It feels amazing, but I'm still not having an orgasm. So I'm squirting everywhere. It's just when he's fingering me, he's a guitar. Well, actually, he's a drummer. He's
Probably
amazing.
Good hands, yeah.
Yeah, it's like ridiculous. And I'm just like, he's doing it. I'm like, oh my god, it's ridiculous, it's ridiculous, it's ridiculous. And I squirt everywhere. But I'm not having an orgasm. It just feels amazing, right?
Some women I have been with, it's linked. It is an orgasm at the same time.
Some people do, yeah.
But a lot of times if they do squirt, it's more squirting in between orgasms than
Right.
it is orgasms.
Like, when I actually orgasm, it's only from clitoral stimulation. Like, if someone's eating me out and they stick a finger in me, it's gone. You can only do clitoral stimulation. No, you can't even rub my legs. Because the thing is, because I'm the medication I'm on for my TID, it's very hard for me to finish. So someone's like stroking my leg or something that completely distracts me and I can't finish. Like, You literally have to sit there, lick the same spot. You can't lick on because I have the smallest clitoris in the world. Probably not in the world, but I've had a million nurses tell me, wow, that's super small. So the person that's with me has to go right above it because you can't go right on it because it's way too sensitive.
Oh,
It's
you
just-
need to use the hood.
Yes, exactly. So you go above the hood, just right above, and then you have to do the same thing the whole time. You can't change it up because if you change it up, it's very hard for me to finish. So if you change it up, I lose my
Now,
concentration.
that I've heard from other women too, where if it is...
Really?
Yes, from
Huh.
clitoral stuff specifically. It's like, if you're going to do
Okay.
that, it's kind of the same
thing.
motion at the very
Right?
least.
Yeah. Yes, they have to do like the same thing. And then when I finish, I finish a lot. But yeah, with the penetration, I've never orgasmed from sex ever. And I've had lots of people be like, "Oh, I'll try it. Oh, I bet you will." I'm like, "No, I won't because I use toys on myself. It's just not possible with how I am."
And that definitely varies.
But that doesn't mean that I don't like it. Like, I've had so many men like that get offended or think I don't like it because I'm not finishing. Just because I'm not coming on your dick does not mean that I don't like how it feels. Penetration and clitoral stimulation are two totally different things. They're hurting my eyes.
Get
Pardon?
mad.
At what?
She was, well, she was a girl that relates to two things we were just talking about. One, she was one that said, well, I've never had an orgasm.
Okay.
With
How old is
a
she?
guy, a little bit younger. She was 23,
Oh, she said with
24.
a guy. I thought she said she never had an orgasm. Sorry.
And I don't know if that was a lie, or I don't know if her telling me that she did was a lie.
Okay.
But there was obviously,
What do you mean she told you she did after she told you she didn't?
anyways,
Okay.
she was not a great person. But she was performing oral in a manner that was well above average,
Okay.
but the place was not appropriate.
What do you mean?
It was in her living room
Oh, okay.
with a bunch of children's toys around because she had children.
Okay.
Oh, right.
And it had been a while since I had been with a woman, so I might have been a little bit more self-conscious.
Right.
Throw in the fact that there's kids' toys and one of her children was up not too long ago.
Okay.
I was like, this just isn't going to work.
Okay.
And she got mad. I'm like, it's not you.
Because you couldn't get it up or because you couldn't finish?
Because I couldn't finish.
Oh.
At least you got it up.
I know. It's an accomplishment for me. No, it's fine now, as I've said before. But
Yes.
no, it was nothing really on her aside.
Like, what'd she do when you got upset?
She was like, I've never had any guy not be able to finish. I'm like, well, first off, as I've said, I'm an odd guy, so
You can't smoke in here, right?
in the apartment,
Yes.
they don't like it.
Okay. I was just curious because it's going to open the door. I don't want to leave the podcast.
Smoke?
She's like, I've never had a guy not do it. I'm like,
Yeah,
you know, because I do.
Even if she hasn't, that doesn't matter. You're different.
She's younger, which I think is a problem.
Okay.
But I am very honest with women when I date them. I admit very early on that, hey, I had this back surgery. Sometimes my nervous system doesn't work out the way I want it to. And then on that note, there's also, the rest of the stuff. So she knew, but she's like, I've never had a guy do that. I'm like, I don't know what you want me to say.
Even if she did, why would she say that? I'm so confused. Like,
She
why would she
was
even
an
say
angry
anything?
person.
I'm surprised. Yeah, that's an interesting reaction. I don't think...
Yeah, that's an awful reaction.
For
It's
the
an
vast
interesting reaction. It's an awful reaction.
majority... The vast majority of women have never
Keep
been
doing
able...
it from out there. I'm trying to figure out how to...
Have a cigarette?
Yes.
Will you take a break?
Here he comes. Here he comes. Here he comes.
Coming back.
Any rapid fire questions?
Okay, so the best we could come up with.
Okay.
And you have to ask us some too.
Yes, we're
Okay,
rapid
I have to
fire.
ask
Give you a
you
couple.
questions. Right, okay.
And the one that I'm gonna ask, just because I figured it has to have happened, How annoying is it to get semen like your hair or your eyeballs? That's just, I don't know. Does it come out easy? Like, what kind of soap do you use to get it out?
Okay, well, cum in the eyes just ruins everything.
Yeah, it'd be a mood killer.
Or anything. It depends. I don't really like people coming on my face. I'd rather it be in my mouth because I'm a submissive. So, you know, if they prefer it on my face, that's fine. But always, if it ends up in my eye, you can get really bad pink, like not pink eye. I guess you wouldn't consider it because it's not fecal matter, but you can get some kind of infection.
Okay.
It's irritating, but you know you can deal with it. Are there any more? That's all you came up with?
That was the one that I thought
That
of.
was the whole thing I did for years?
Well, like we covered some of the more stereotypical questions last time.
I have,
That's true.
okay, I have another one.
Okay.
During the escort phase of your career doing that,
Existence.
how often would people offer some kind of drug
Oh, all the time.
as payment? What kind of drugs were they usually offering?
I had a guy show up and offer me methamphetamine.
Yeah, okay. So there's some serious stuff.
I had a guy. Okay, so here's the spa. It was a really shitty spa. It was Pink Pearl in St. Catharines.
Yeah, you talked a lot about that one.
Really bad spa.
Yeah.
And you walk in the door, it goes ding dong as you open the door, and you go right in. And then here's the area. And we all lined up and someone picked us. It was a big stress on someone. Like when I worked at Studio 7B, we'd come out one by one and say hi, because my name was Vivian, right? So, hi, my name is Vivian. Hi, my name's Sarah. Hi, my name's whatever. And they'd pick. But at Pink Pearl, we'd all have to line up and just list off our names. You'd have to sit there and pick, and people felt bad and all that kind of stuff. So it was just this really hideous. It was just an awful spa. You know, it was just sorry. Repeat the question so I know.
The drugs that people offer
Yes.
you. Yeah.
So you'd go right back into the rooms, and I've had guys that have come in. And I had this one guy, who was like, "Okay, come into the bathroom with me." And I'm like, "Okay." So I went in the bathroom. He's like, "Okay, if you just show me your tits and show me your ass, I need like 2 minutes. I'll give you like $100 worth of methamphetamine, and I'll just jack off for 2
Okay.
minutes, and I'll finish, and I'll give this to you." And I'm like, "Yeah, no, thank you," because I'll get fired because you can't do that. You have to go into the room. You have to have an agreement. You have to have an agreement for a certain amount of money, right?
Is there a wiggle room? Or haggle room or anything like that?
What do you mean?
Well, okay. This is a joke that I don't like people making, but it did actually happen, so I will explain it. When we were shooting a wedding in Dominican, there was a Spanish hooker that was around the resort. And one night I got drunk and haggled with her. I didn't
hot?
sleep with her. She was okay, and I got her down to like 15 Canadian dollars for a blowjob, which is a good price, I think.
Yes, it is.
But I didn't go. But she
Was
started.
it worth in there though?
Oh, to them, that's a lot of money.
Probably.
Okay.
But that's not the point. She started at what I would consider to be a probably on par price. I got her down. I'm like, I don't like. She started. I think it was $250 to go to your room. And as I was starting, I was like, I don't want sex. I just want. And then she set a price, and I went
Right.
down. And then I'm like, see you later, because I mean, well, first off, I don't like doing that, and secondly, Tila and I were sharing a room, so that'd be kind of awkward.
Yeah, that would be kind of...
So there was that, but no, is there wiggle room in the pricing? Not that somebody would offer you
For me, no.
$15, but no, in the spa price structure, what if something costs X, could you take 10% off?
Okay, let me explain Pink Pearl to you.
Okay.
Pink Pearl was the worst spa that I've ever been at in the face of the planet.
You've ever been at or ever worked at?
Been at, worked at, whatever.
Okay.
I have one more question after
Yes.
this, and then I want you to ask some questions. But...
I don't know what I'm going to ask you guys, but okay. So, with Pink Pearl, they would do 120 for the half hour, 160 for the hour, and we'd only get half. So if you calculate half of 120, that's $60 for half an hour, and that's full service. I don't know if you know what full service means, but full
I've
service
Googled
means
the term.
blowjob, any kind of oral and sex. $60 fucking dollars for half an hour. At Studio 7B, I charged $160 for the half hour alone. That was after the charges that I gave to my bosses. So I made $160. $60 for full service is fucking ridiculous.
Now here's the thing, and I tried to bring it up
Let
last
me
time.
cut you off for a sec.
Yeah.
The richest guys are the cheapest guys.
Well, that's typically the way things
The guys
go.
have the most money. They come in there 10 times a week instead of just saving up and seeing the best girl for this much money. They fucking the richest guys are always the cheapest. Sorry, continue.
Sex or blowjobs or hand jobs is unfortunately one of those things where it could be compared to, since we know the industry, it could be compared to photography as a service.
Right.
It's hard to judge what a service is worth.
Yes.
So on that note, how much, and I think I asked this exact question, it's really hard to judge. How much is sex? How much is a penis in a vagina worth?
Okay,
There's no government spreadsheet for that.
Let me explain to you. 99% of escorts do not charge by act. We charge by time.
Which seems like a better way to do it.
Yeah. So then how much is a contractor's time worth? There's physical expenses when it comes to being an escort, right? And makeup, stuff like that, actual sexual health products,
usually
toys,
didn't wear
and
makeup,
whatnot.
yeah.
Oh, yeah. But
Some
then
do.
the actual time, if you were to look at it from a business standpoint, if I guess it would come down to how much you want to make per year, because then that's the only way that you could calculate it hourly, and then assume that you're not working.
Well, I never calculated by year. I just did 180 for the half hour and 240 for the hour.
Okay.
And if they wanted anything outside of just hand job, oral, or sex, it was extra. So anal, I don't do anal.
Yeah,
I don't like it.
Talked about that last time too.
Yeah, the most I could ever do with anal is deal with it and be okay with it, but I've never enjoyed anal. So if someone's gonna do anal, they have to be very small, and that's a factual thing. I would never do anal with anybody that was over 4 inches. You had to be very small to be able to do anal with me, and then it's $300 on top of the price. Because you know why? Because I didn't want to do it.
I guess that's fair.
And people go, "Oh my god, it's crazy." It's yeah, because I don't want to fucking do it. And when I did, and people did pay the $300, that's great. I made $450. That's amazing. But anybody over 4 inches, I wouldn't. And if someone 8 inches wanted to do anal, it'd be $800.
Have you ever had anybody
Yes.
actually pay $800?
Yep. I had someone pay $800 who was 10 inches.
So then is it worth it at that point?
Not when I was doing it, but afterwards, yeah.
Yeah, I guess that's a lot of money all at once.
You know what anal feels like?
No.
Not quite, no.
Well, no.
Let me explain.
The best thing
Let
I
me
would have would be a suppository.
let me explain. It feels like the biggest, widest, hardest, sharpest shit you've ever taken, and you shove it up there 1,000 times.
Ah,
That's what anal feels like.
stabbing. Yeah, no. Fuck that.
Biggest, widest, hardest, sharpest shit you've ever taken, and you just shove it back up there.
That can't be everybody's opinion of it.
Okay, well, first of all, that's literally what it is.
It is kind of. It's not
Okay.
really sharp, but.
If they're big enough, yeah.
If they're big enough.
I've
sure.
never had my
point
penis
is,
described as
if
sharp.
you
Me
like, if you like anal, it's not gonna be like that. But take out the sharpest part. Okay, biggest, widest, longest shit.
I guess
You ever
you
take
just
it.
have to like that.
Shove
feeling.
it up there. And I know women that fucking love it.
No,
And
okay.
I wish I did. Honestly, I wish that I liked anal. I really do.
No, you don't, because then you wouldn't be able to charge crazy prices for it.
No, but I would, because people would still pay for it. I had someone pay $800 because they were 10 inches and they paid it, and I was kind of like.
Charge them by the inch.
And the thing is, I didn't think they were actually going to pay for it, and they did, and I was like, oh. No.
He called your bluff.
Oh, and that was my response. And I did it anyways. I just sat there like, ow, I was bawling my eyes out. He was like 10 inches. I was crying and crying and
I guess
crying.
this is a personal question, but have you
All
had,
of it's a personal
have you
question.
had craps bigger than your penis?
If you're healthy, you should.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah, if you're healthy, you
So then I would assume statistically that your description of anal being the biggest shit ever isn't
what is
quite
longest.
accurate. Because most men probably have bigger shits than their penis size.
Probably. This is getting really dirty.
It is, but I'm just
You
saying.
are questioning my personal opinion
No,
of how it feels.
Not at all.
Would you like me to shove this up your ass?
Man, like anal beads.
No, not at all.
Why not? It'd be great. It's beads.
It would probably fall off in there. They
That
come
sounds
apart.
horrible.
Want to bend over right now?
No,
Why not?
because
Tell me the
Because
reason.
we'll definitely get pulled off Facebook.
Tell me the other reason.
it's just not my thing.
It's not my thing either.
Well, I know that. I'm not saying it can't be your thing. I'm saying the description.
I'm telling you my personal.
Of course.
Last question.
Description.
And this one should be a quick yes or no. Is the Max's massage that I pull up in front of a rub and tug?
Yes,
Yeah,
of course
I
it is.
always figured it was.
It's bright pink letters.
With
Max's
yeah,
massage.
with a name like that in downtown
They're actually
Maryland.
one of the better rub and tugs around for how their building looks like inside. I don't know about the women.
It looks like crap outside.
Yes, but I'm just saying they're actually probably one of the nicer spas in Niagara. Not saying the women are, but okay, I don't know what to ask you guys.
That's okay.
How old were you when you lost your virginity?
16.
Okay, and who's it to? What happened?
What do you mean? What happened?
How was it?
Not very amazing.
Explain it.
Awkward. I thought that at that point, the simple act of putting my penis in her
Yeah.
vagina would make her come.
Yeah, of
I
course.
was wholly unprepared for it.
Yeah, of course.
I don't explicitly remember it being particularly good for me, even
Right.
at the end, and I know for a fact it wasn't good for
You
her
finished?
either. I believe so,
That's good.
but it's definitely not the star
Well, it wouldn't
orgasm
be the
of my
star
life.
Orgasm of your life.
She gave better hand and blowjobs than it felt having sex with her.
Okay.
But that was
What
my
about you?
first time.
I was 17 for like full intercourse, and it wasn't remarkable in any way. There was alcohol involved.
Okay.
I was
Was
prob-
it like limp dick kind of thing, or
No,
were you?
I was just drinking a lot, so. But I
Right.
was fine. I could get it up. It was not memorable for the most part, and I did not finish. I could not finish.
What do you mean you couldn't finish?
Ah.
Was the alcohol?
It just
going?
wasn't. No, it just wasn't that good. Yeah.
Explain the situation. Why was it not that good?
I don't know. It felt really good.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, also to put into perspective, and this is getting pretty personal too, but whatever.
All of our questions. are
Masturbating
personal.
as like when I was younger than that, even I would just take forever to finish. I guess some kids can just do it in
Right.
like, 10, 15 minutes.
Are you
I
on
would-
any medication?
Oh no, but I would still take like over an hour every time.
Oh, that sucks.
So I think I just didn't do it for long enough, probably.
Maybe. Everybody's different. Okay, another question. Your most memorable sexual encounter. Explain it.
Most memorable.
Either one
I
of you
remember
can
a lot
answer
of them.
first. No, your most.
But I don't
Most memorable, most amazing.
know. Most amazing.
Most amazing, best sex you've ever had. I want to hear about it. And then I will explain mine afterwards.
Okay, it's not a single instance of sex, but there was a
Okay.
point in my life when I was with somebody and we had sex every single day for a month. And during that time period, one of the
Only once a day?
Well, no, not just once a day. And also, during that time, we had sex, I think, at one point for about 6 hours straight.
Yep.
And it was just, I don't even know how the hell we did it, but we
It's
somehow
possible
managed to
because
do
I've done it.
Yeah. That is probably the most memorable. Like, we fucked everywhere there was to
And
fuck.
what was the information behind it?
The information? I don't know.
Like explain it more.
We were
All
sort
you
of-
said was you fucked for 6 hours.
We were sort of just new to each other, but there was a lot of experimentation and stuff going on.
Right,
Some,
right.
Some BDSM stuff, some...
What kind of BDSM?
Choking.
Listen, you asked me questions. I'm
Choking
gonna
was
ask you
kind
questions.
of new to me at that point in time, and I was with
Were you
somebody
choking or were you kind of... Because the thing is, I can explain to you guys, a lot of guys do not understand this. The rush that we get is from lack of blood flow, not from lack of airflow.
Yes.
So if you want to
It's on
choke
the
someone
side.
out,
Yeah.
you don't actually have to choke them. All you have to do is this.
I did some research on that one before I did it. So it
Good,
was a little
good.
bit
Because
before.
the thing is, like, yes, a lot of women like being choked, but the reason why we like being choked is because if you cut off this blood flow right here, that's what gets us off. That's the high, that's the, out of body shit. It's not the choking. The airflow you can go without for 3 minutes. It's nothing to do with that. But there's a lot of people that don't realize that. There's a lot of people that think that just because they're choking someone, they're getting off. No, it's the blood flow. All you have to do.
And I'm sure it's
all you have to
just
do. It's not. You don't have to do this. All you have to do is that.
Yes, and also, but it's also the act of dominating the person. The fact that you're doing it.
Of course,
More than
of course.
just
But you
a
can
physical
do
part.
this and dominate someone.
Oh yeah. For
Sorry. Continue.
No. And yeah, just mostly the experimentation and being new with somebody, and it was a good time. I would say that stands out as the best point in my life for sex.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. And yourself?
I do want to preface this by saying that I am currently in the most healthy and rewarding
We know you're
sexual.
both in relationships. We know.
No. I'm just saying I have been in relationships in the past where I would say that the sexual side of the relationship was borderline mental abuse. So I'm saying right now that I've had more rewarding sexual experiences with this
Honey,
person.
We know this.
I know.
Don't worry. Just explain the most
But-
incredible one you're talking about. And you don't have to be obligated to talk about your girlfriend. Because
No.
honestly, I can tell you now, if your girlfriend loves you, she would totally understand it.
I think she'd understand.
Oh yeah.
Everybody has different sexual experiences. If I was dating someone right now and I talked about a sexual experience I had that was way better, they would understand.
But I'm not saying that because I'm afraid she won't understand.
I know that.
I'm saying that because in the grand scheme of sex, it's a very rewarding relation. It's a very rewarding.
I understand that.
But as far
I'm
as like,
asking you about this question.
okay, in college, as it typically tends to go,
Okay.
there was this woman who it was in my program, and I thought she was unattainable. She was a very good-looking woman, and next thing I know, we're drunk, home from a party. I wasn't. I made sure she was safe, and she's like, "I'm going to get changed." I'm like, "Okay." She's like, "You can watch if you want." I'm like, "Okay." And then the next thing you know, we're having sex, and it was just this random kind of out of the blue moment where it's like it was pure adrenaline, which is nice, but
pheromones.
Then
You know.
and that was great. I hope she thought it was great too, but it was really great for me. And I feel like she might have thought it was great because the sex in the shower the next day was nice too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess it's my turn. So,
Pretty, I'd say, vanilla in the scheme of things, but it was...
honestly, my best sex is also vanilla. I'm huge into BDSM. I love being tied up. I love being whipped. I love being choked. I like being drowned while I'm being fucked. I like electric shockers on my nipples. You know, I love
Like
all that shit.
drowned or waterboarding type?
No, like shoved my head in a bucket while they're
During
fucking me.
sex?
This was a BDSM party I'm talking about.
Yeah, but then...
A
You
huge
need to set up an
huge
environment
barrel. A huge barrel with water. My head forced underwater while I'm being fucked.
You need a lot of trust to do that.
Yeah.
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
Yes, I do.
You
If
can't
I
say
die-
your safe word
the thing
underwater.
is, if I die, I die.
That's a factual statement, but at the same time, that's not.
You
the
need
best
to
kind of
realize that the thing is, at that point, if I die, I die. If I die, who's gonna know I'm gonna die? Other than the rest of my family and everybody else. Am I gonna know I died? No.
look. Yeah.
It doesn't affect me if I die in that situation. But yes,
Well,
the
it
thing
does.
is, listen. When I walked in that party, I had to sign a waiver. Okay, so they were pretty fucking safe. Okay, so we were good. All I had to do was tap him on the leg to let me up. I didn't need him to tap me. He didn't need me to tap me. I was good. My best sex was not BDSM. It was someone who I was madly in love with, and I'm still in love with. He's not interested in me in that way. So, I'm going to continue to look for someone that does feel that way about me, that I can feel that way about them.
Maybe that person is watching this right now.
Maybe.
That's true. I guess at a certain
It could be
point,
possible.
if you date somebody, you're going to be like, hey, because the last one had your name on it. So if you
Yes.
get Googled, these show up.
If I get Googled. Well, if I get Googled, I'm going to maybe start a podcast where I can ask questions.
Answer question.
And maybe start a podcast where I can start asking sexual questions, like sex, relationships, healthcare, like mental health care questions, and addiction questions. So I may be starting that. And if you're interested, you can comment on my posts.
Yeah, go to Antaya's page and she'll have something.
If
set
you
up
are
for you to
interested,
ask questions.
please ask questions so I can start this podcast, because I think it would be really good for everybody.
Do you have a fan page, or do you just have your Facebook pages? You
No,
should probably
I
make
have about 3,000 or 4,000 followers. It's not like
You're a
a
lot.
big.
That's a lot.
Okay, I don't see it as a big thing. Regardless,
There are companies that are sustainable business, like as a business model, that have less followers than that.
okay.
Yes.
Well, I have about 3,000, 4,000 followers. But regardless, the thing is, if you have questions about sexual questions, if you have relationship questions, if you have mental health questions, because I'm experienced, or if you have addiction questions, because I'm also any kind of questions. If you have them, please post them to my Facebook page, Antaya Fairless. It's the one with about 4,000 friends, not the one that has 200 friends, because that's the one that I have as a backup. Because when I nude model, Facebook likes to block me.
Yeah.
And then also Instagram, which is Over the Hedge Training. So I'll repeat that. It's Over the Hedge Training. You can follow my Instagram, and maybe we can make a podcast out of this.
links down below.
All right.
Links down below.
Yeah. So go check those out.
Yeah.
Everybody should have a good night. And I think
Maybe
we're gonna,
week by week. If you guys
Maybe.
contribute enough, we can do one week by week. Please contribute enough. Then we can do one week by week.
Have a
Please.
good night, everybody. Waving goodbye.
Bye.